Hello and happy spring to each of our valued customers and friends. This is Michael Gadd speaking, General Manager of Details Landscape. If you haven't seen our new location already, feel free to come by at any time to discuss your service plans or even just to say hi. We're located at 7451 Paxton Street in Harrisburg. We're sending this video with the hope that it may help in clarifying some of the resources, cost increases, and general service plans in 2022. There is so much going on that it became clear to us that a video overview would be much simpler and more effective for you rather than reading a lengthy email. Anyhow, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I'll keep it as short as I possibly can while also trying to keep it informative and helpful. So let's begin. If you're watching this video, you're a past or current maintenance client of ours. And first and foremost, thank you very much for your faithfulness and trust in our company. We have been so blessed to have made a foothold in this local community. Since I joined this company in 2015, I have witnessed so much good transpire around me. Business in many ways becomes your life, and living a life surrounded by nature and good company is something I could never walk away from. I would hope that if you know myself and our overall company values, you'd agree that we do right by our clients. We own our mistakes and would rather lose money on a project as opposed to leave a customer unhappy in a project that we completed. It has been the customer first mindset that has blessed us with the position we are in today. And for that same reason, I'm very worried about our clients' perception to cost increases for this upcoming year. I can assure you that we would absolutely never aim to price gouge a client. And in the landscape maintenance industry, an excellent profit margin is 20%. 20%. To put in perspective, that means if a company is mowing your property for $40 to make $8 after expenses is exceptional. After 26 mows in a year, the company has profited $208 before tax from mowing your property the entire season. For almost all of recent history, professional landscape maintenance companies could charge $40 to $45 an hour and achieve that 20% return. You aim for 20% knowing that things happen and it comes down a little bit. But those prices models, unfortunately, are absolutely behind us, and the days of getting a long cut for $20 to $40 will never return for the vast majority of us, unless you, of course, have a small lawn. And we're just talking lawn mowing in this case, but it's much more broad than that. There is no sole reason for this. It is a combination of things, and I'll list them in order of their relative impact, in my opinion, and the opinion that we've come to conclude over studying these things for years and years. First and foremost, the average American worker, especially young ones, are not what they used to be. Our primary competitors for hiring new employees are warehouses like Amazon, UPS, and FedEx. The average person would prefer operating a forklift in a weather-controlled environment as opposed to pursuing a seasonal employment position, which is very physically demanding within the landscape industry. We are fortunate to have been able to hire 16 employees over the past 5 years who are still with us today. Many more have tried out this industry and quickly moved back into a warehouse or restaurant, and how can you blame them? You have to love this industry to work inside of it, and it hasn't just been the love and interest of what our employees are doing that attracts them to stay faithful to us. We have the highest median payroll of any maintenance company in this area. I know because we've hired several people from competing landscape companies, and we strategically pay more to attract the best talent. Our motto has never been to hire a significant amount of low-paid workers and cycle through these people constantly. We hire the best we can, pay them the best we can, train them the best we can, and expect the best from them. Unfortunately, I don't see staffing concerns as a whole growing any easier for us in the years to come. The second reason for a cost increase would be repair costs in general. The cost to make repairs to damaged equipment now almost justifies buying a new piece of equipment altogether. Fortunately for us, we have our own mechanics. However, replacement parts are now nearly twice the cost they used to be, and the majority of what you need is on back order. Additionally, if a repair is needed outside of our capabilities, to pass it on to a garage at $100 to $120 an hour is absolutely crushing to our bottom line. Setting a $600 backpack blower, for instance, for some internal repairs will produce a $400 bill. Uh, we order replacement parts for every one of our pieces of machinery and equipment, despite the fact that those things probably won't be needed, for the sole purpose that everything is taking weeks, if not months, to arrive. And we're hoping that that'll give us a competitive edge to stay prepared and ready for any repairs that come to be. A third reason for cost increases would be the cost of new equipment, which is climbing by several percentage points each year. For instance, the mowers that we purchased 3 years ago for roughly $12,000 are now either unavailable, on back order, or are now selling for $15,000 or more. And the same goes for vehicles, and even that is a bit more amplified than small equipment. Fourth reason being fuel costs are nearly twice what they were last year at this time. Fuel costs are one of the largest expenses for a company like ours, and if we were to use $5 in combined fuel to drive to a location and perform a mowing visit, we're now using nearly $10 of fuel to do the same thing. If you believe our prices are too high, I encourage you to obtain competitive bids from credible companies in the area. Most credible companies will be in line with our pricing or likely higher. In turn, underestimating a project and having your prices increase the following year is very common in this industry. It's not all based on deception and a bait and switch estimating method. The truth is, landscape estimating is extremely difficult due to the constant environmental changes. To find a price significantly lower than ours or our competent competitors, the only solution is to seek out the local neighborhood kid or very small companies of one or two guys working out of their home garage. The $40 to $45 an hour pricing model may still suit those individuals who have limited overhead or even a limited understanding of their own costs conducting business. Explaining the complex drivers of cost increases was very important to me. It shakes me up even to see some of these numbers that a few years ago were unfathomable. Uh, that's a lengthy overview on pricing, but that is it, and that's our explanation on price increases for this upcoming year. The remaining bit of this video is to cover some changes that we're excited to announce. The first change is that we will be utilizing a software by the name of Jobber for all quoting, contracts, and billing. We're excited to see its impact in improving our own communication and the overall understanding of an annual maintenance schedule. We understand it's not always clear when and what we'll be doing, when we'll be coming, how frequent we'll be coming, but with this new software you can now approve and request changes to your service plan through the Jobber profile, which is now listed on the upper right corner of our website if you're viewing it on a desktop, or on the bottom section of the screen if you're viewing it on a mobile. You're looking for a member icon to click on, and from that point you'll be able to log into your Jobber profile if you've already accepted and viewed the quote that we sent. The second change is that we now require our clients to set up a credit card or direct debit payment method. After the payment setup is complete, you will be billed for each service after its completion instead of receiving a lump sum invoice at the end of each month as we used to do. All financial transactions are secured and backed by Jobber, which is now the leading field software for landscaping companies. And of course, no service will be billed that you have not directly approved through your quote. Your contract, upcoming, and post services are all accessible at any time within the Jobber app. And again, you can find that through our website directly. The third change is that we now offer a 5% discount to pay up front. The only caveat is that this payment must be made by check as opposed to credit card or direct debit so that we do not incur any additional fees. Fourth change is that we are now requiring 3 services per property to remain eligible for our lawn and landscape maintenance services. This was a tough one for us, but due to excessive demand, we have added this stipulation to better serve our clients across all aspects of our business. It will decrease the imbalance within certain service types such as mowing and create a more consistent work schedule and, of course, work product. Mowing in itself is considered one service, as is a lawn fertilization program or even a bed weed control program. The three service minimum is based on varying service types and not service quantities, i.e., 3 mowing visits does not qualify as a 3 service minimum. The last change is that we offer programs to help with spotted lanternfly, fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes. Small services like this are an excellent way to remain eligible for our maintenance program. In 2020, we hired a former service manager of a local TruGreen branch who has really helped us take off and elevate these services across the board, and we've heard great feedback from it. Um, that's really it. I hope that this video didn't serve as a panic button or as a complex justification of a company increasing its prices or changing its ways of conducting business with you. I am truly passionate about keeping our services affordable, our clients happy, and doing the absolute best work possible. It is the most paramount thing about us conducting business here, and we wouldn't choose to do it any other way. Due to these changes, I'm absolutely sure that our company will be performing at the highest level ever in our history. That's all from all of us at Details. Thank you very much, and all the best.